is optimistic that we're going to have a full afternoon's tennis, with the pride of place being taken by the ladies who've reached the quarter-final stage of the championship. Excitement, of course, about one match in particular.
Listen, Fish, just go out there and knock hell out of her. She's old and she's fat and she's got a plastic knee. Nobody expects you to win, for goodness sake. I'll give you a standing ovation every time you get the ball over the net. I mean, think of me. The entire British nation is going to slash its wrists if I lose my first service game. Don't even think about defeat. Those other times, they never happened. Just think of how badly you want it. Tell yourself, I want it. Okay? If I talk, I'll puke.
Hi, Kim. Hi. Has anyone seen my bra?
Jeez Louise! I only stopped off for maybe a half hour's cash therapy in Harrods. And the driver takes the rest of the journey like we're starring in the remake of the Bullet car chase.
You'll have to make that entrance again, Dottie. Too few people were watching.
Anyway, I make it here alive, but I forget my pass. And that little wimp on the gate won't let me in. This is a private club, madam. Those are the rules, madam.
Raylene, have you taken my bra?
It's on the bench.
No, not that one.
Well, you just put it there.
I mean my lucky bra that I beat her in last time.
Oh, Raquel, what does it matter?
It helps me get my mind right.
Hold your boobs up, not your head together.
Can you believe I tried to call New Orleans 5 times last night, and every time I got some little old lady in a place called Buckhurst Hill?
That's funny. Usually she gets a cross line to a heavy breather.
Try to take a shower. What happens?
The faucet comes away in my hand.
The goddamn faucet comes away in my hand.
Any messages for me, Gail?
No.
Are you sure? Greg says he's rung several times and left messages, and I certainly haven't got them.
Bryony, Greg has not telephoned.
Hi, Kim. How's the teenage tennis machine today? The girl they call the midget metronome. Cures insomnia at a stroke, and a stroke, and a stroke. Girls, will you look at this? What do you think little Kimmy has under her dress? Wires. I got it. The way she plays. It's because she's a robot. Anyone want to know how to beat Kim? Hit her between the shoulder blades so her batteries fall out.
Have you seen my bra?
Hi.
Have you taken my bra? It's no good unless I wear what I won in last time.
Lift up mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. My help comes
On to
from
Big
the
G
Lord,
again,
who
are you,
made heaven
Nancy?
and earth. He will not suffer thy
This
foot
is
to be
England,
moved.
Nancy.
He that keepeth
That's not
thee
God
will
you've
not
got
slumber.
there. It's Buckhurst
The Lord
Hill.
is thy keeper. Dottie, I used to have terrible nerves like you. And then one day I just said to myself, Nancy, from now on you're going to leave everything to God and let Him decide whether it's right for you to win or lose.
Terrible nerves. Are you calling me a wacko? I mean, if this is the handing out ceremony for the Cuckoo Awards of '82, there's something you probably need to know.
Dottie, you've gotten completely
There are
the
a
wrong
couple
idea.
of others around here who could walk straight into any cracker factory in the world without even having to use the entry phone.
Dottie, please calm down and stop harping on it.
Bryony, dear, I could always have a word with the hotel people.
What?
Your laundry, dear. They don't seem to be doing their job, do they? Don't look very fresh.
What do you imagine I'm going to do, Gail? Go out on centre court wearing them outside my dress?
No, dear, but you and I know they're there. Personal cleanliness is important. Hello? Yes, of course. Bryony? No, dear, it's for Jane. She's your friend, isn't she? Fetch her.
Boy, if you think I'm a wacko, you should hear what you sound like having a tete-a-tete with the great umpire in the sky. Live for Jesus with Nancy Kowalski.
You hush your mouth, please.
What?
This is quiet time.
Oh, it's Gudrun. You had me stuck for a minute. I thought it was the Yeti. He's big and wears a lot of white, too. Don't stand in one position too long or they'll hold next winter's Olympics on you.
And move the rubbish, please.
I need an interpreter. I flunked gibberish right the way through college.
I want to sit down.
Wait a minute, we'll get the floorboard strengthened.
Now, Wendy's watching it at home on the TV, so I promised to give a wave at the cameras just so Emma and Carl can see the Nana on TV and the famous auntie. The whole habit.
Mum, I've got to go.
Put that back, Jumbo.
Bullshit.
There's a free space here.
So tell Gudrun to hang her Y fronts in that.
Give me a bag and those rackets. I'll put them in here.
Is that you, Jamie? He's nearly as big as Gudrun.
Yeah, little bugger. Threw me new trainers in the bath this morning.
Is he on solids yet, or is Clive still breastfeeding him?
Don't you ever just let yourself relax?
I am perfectly relaxed. Any more relaxed than this? And I'd be on a life support machine.
What have you got there?
Ronnie Reagan's used jock?
It's you, isn't it? You've taken it. You've taken my bra. The French one with the diamante flower.
What would I want with your bra?
I saw you hanging around my things on Tuesday, the day my lucky rabbit's foot disappeared.
Listen, the last thing I need is your bra. I already have a headband.
Jesus, the two of you. It's only a game of tennis.
This is a time when everybody's tense.
I am not tense.
Girls, may I have your attention, please? The umpires have asked me to bring up this whole matter of discipline on court. One or two of you in particular will know what I mean when I say that on Saturday, the language of the men's room could be heard quite clearly by millions of people all over the world, thank you, many of whom are young children.
What's she talking about? Dotty. 3 arseholes, 2 bastards, 4 screws and a wimp.
Please try to remember that we are playing in the ladies' singles championship, which brings me on to the other matter, girls. The toilets are still getting blocked up.
And as usual, the crowd applauds enthusiastically. The royal party take their seats.
Thank you, Raylene. Mr. Pratt had to work almost all night to free them, and he found this.
My lucky rabbit's foot!
It must go in the bags provided. The instructions are there in 3 languages.
Is that for me?
More so than they would for the other toilets. Well, let's see how young Jane Fisher felt about today's game when we talked to her earlier.
I'm just going to treat it as another game of tennis, that's all. It's no more important than any of the other matches I've had to play to get into the quarter-final. I'm not letting myself be overawed by a reputation. She's got weak points, just like any other player.
What's the matter? I can't do it. I just can't go out there. I can't face it if I lose.
You won't lose.
You've wasted your time with me. I know I'm going to blow it. I'm just not good enough.
You are. Of course you are. Look, for goodness sake, am I going to spend time on a loser?
Fishy.
Everybody has a few nerves.
Hooey. Poo-poo pants. Finished losing your lunch yet?
Your mouth is like the Shaftesbury Avenue wimpy. That never closes either.
Sure thing. When I was born, the midwife had to slap me to make me shut up.
Then shut up now!
Am I hearing right? Is Miss Bryony Richmond the snow queen of the center court at last on the point of losing her rag? What's the matter, Bri? Is Greggy giving you a hard time? Dear Miss Richmond, your new Sportex shoes are now ready for collection. I never thought I'd see the day.
Oh, what a fine shot, Jim.
Yes, Bill. Classic Riley Richmond stroke that shows she's completely in command.
out, umpire, quite definitely.
Please play on, Miss Richmond.
You speak to the linesman, umpire. I distinctly heard him call out.
Quite right, umpire. I command you to check with the Duchess. If that shot was good, I shall eat my tiara. You silly little man. Give the ball back to old Droopy Boobs and play a let.
That's nice. Where'd you win it? Toronto. I won this in Palm Springs. It's very beautiful, Kim.
It's worth $10,000.
It's not as nice as the one I got for winning Tampa. That's worth $15,000. You like it, Gail?
Very pretty, dear. Of course, in my day, we were happy just to play for the sake of the game. We might not have become millionairesses, but tennis did attract, well, a nice type of girl.
Lord have mercy. Her ladyship's about to win love and love.
These days, some girls seem to forget that after a good sporting game, it might be necessary to freshen up a little in places. Some of the girls from behind the Iron Curtain in particular don't always remember that, especially as they seem to have more body hair than we do.
Just listen to that crowd, man. The entire center court is having a mass orgasm. The damn bitch! She's... If it's not her, it's that damn crowd! 2 points running her shot lengths out and now passes who's in. British bastards!
Oh, well done, Bri. You were terrific.
Tough luck, Raquel. Just one of those days, I guess. Tough luck. She cheated me out of it.
Not such good news for court number 1, I'm afraid, where Jane Fisher is 2 games to love down in the second set after losing in a very tight opening set, 7-5.
Raquel, the calling was terrible.
Dropped it.
The linesman needed a white stick. You can't let that standard of calling through. Raquel, listen. I know you're upset.
You'll get nowhere.
Well, I don't see why there should be bad feelings.
If you want friends, join a bridge club.
The end of the world if you lose a game of tennis.
I didn't lose. I was cheated out of it.
You just got to accept it as the price you pay for all the good things. Traveling around the world, having fun, meeting people.
I never meet anybody. I wish I'd never picked up a tennis racket. Nobody tells you what it's going to be like. Lousy hotels, bloody airports.
Hey, isn't that lovely? Where'd you get that, Raquel?
Palm Springs.
Oh, it's lovely. Bet it's worth a lot.
Oh dear, Miss Fisher.
It's insured for $12,000. Pounds.
Miss Waits. Miss Waits leads by 4 games to love and 1 set to love. Miss Fisher to serve.
And I think, Bill, it's
I'm
possible
picking up
that the weather is
socks.
coming to Miss Fisher's aid.
2,
Yes, Jill, I can see
3.
the umpire looking up
Go
now.
on, Gail, do get out of the
Bill.
way.
He seems to be looking
They
up at the
won't pick
sky.
themselves up, Bryony.
It really is raining quite hard now,
It's
Bill.
all too easy to forget the little things.
It's very wet out there. Miss Fisher certainly looks wetter than I've ever seen her.
Yes, indeed, Jill. And yes, indeed, play is now suspended.
We washed everything by hand.
How did you psych yourself up for this one?
Well, I just read all the rubbish you people wrote yesterday about me being past it at 32.
It looks as though your next opponent's going to be Gudrun Bates.
Well, you tell me. You're the experts. Okay, boys.
Have you and Greg Sawyer broken up?
What's my personal life got to do with it?
Well, he wasn't parking you at the Fall on Saturday night.
So what?
Well, can't take it then that you and he have broken up.
Why do you want to know?
There's a great deal of interest.
Who, precisely, is interested?
My readers.
I thought all they were interested in was tits.
It's not right, that.
You write what you like. One more lie won't make any difference.
Oh, come on, Brian.
Still pouring with rain. Rain coming down.
Where does Jane Fisher sit?
Sky full of clouds. And it doesn't look
Can't see anything wrong.
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm looking for Jane Fisher.
You can't come in here.
But I'm her mother.
I'm afraid you still can't come in here.
Mum?
Jane, you're a very naughty girl.
It's not your tummy again, is it, Pat?
I'm fine, Mum.
You know what the rules are.
Do you know, she's always had a funny tummy ever since she was a little girl. Every time she had to play even a silly school game, there she was, in and out of the toilet all the morning.
Go on, Gail. We won't be a minute.
Oh, all right. Just this once. Has it you, dear?
Oh, bad luck, Pat. It wasn't your day, was it? It was such a shame you had to play that big brute.
I hope you didn't think I was being rude, but I really have to be careful. If anything goes wrong, I get the blame. I am responsible for every single one of these toilets.
Well, anyway, Pat, it doesn't matter, because we're all thrilled that you got as far as you did.
I haven't lost yet, Mum.
And I'll tell you what, why don't we go and have a nice cup of tea somewhere? And
When
I
the
can tell you
rain
all-
stops, we carry on.
But I haven't told you yet about the new arrival that Wendy's expecting.
This way, Mr. Pratt.
It's a man. Nancy, get the girls from number 2 dressing room. Tell them we got a man in here. Raylene, you collect on the door. $1.50 to see the man. Cut rates for parties of 10 and over.
Excuse me, may Mr. Pratt come through?
You're in charge of merchandising.
Pratt.
I saw the man.
No time for your family anymore? Didn't even send little Carl a birthday card.
You've no idea what it's taken me to get here.
Oh, yes, I have. No friends, no proper home, no parties, no enjoying yourself.
The only thing I could do that would really please you is get pregnant.
Oh, it's normal, isn't it?
I'm in the middle of a championship and all you care about is being a bloody grandmother.
It's that Bryony girl. She's a bad influence on you.
Bryony hasn't got anything to do with it.
Well, she certainly taught you some bad language.
You will never ever hear Bryony say anything that...
Some journalists, they ought to have a bomb dropped on them. A load of drunken old farts who spend all day sitting around in the press bar, then try and tell me how to play tennis and how to run my sodding life.
Bryony, this is my mum.
How do you do?
What is it, Mr. Pratt? Oh, yes, give it to me. Whoever lost it down the toilet will be wondering where it's got to. Girls!
Did you try him on the dried food?
He wouldn't touch anything, Miss Swartz.
What did the vet say?
He said to bring him in for x-ray tomorrow if he's no better.
I just hope to God it's hairball. All right. I'll call you tomorrow then.
Okay, Miss Swartz. You have a nice day now.
That's not a word.
Yes, it is.
Well, what does it mean? You don't spell it like that. It's got 2 R's.
All you've got to do is to break her service twice. You know you can do it. You broke her once in the first set. Then you just let your concentration lapse.
I might as well get out of the game altogether.
Oh, don't talk such rubbish. If you lose this time, then we just work harder, that's all.
What's the point of going through all this if I'm only ever going to be number 16? Who remembers number 16?
Look, it's going to be all right. Don't worry. Think of last year in New York.
When I said I couldn't beat Raylene?
That's right, same thing. She was leading you to love in the final set. What happened?
Well, she was having her period.
Look, you nailed her to the court.
Yes.
I don't want to hear another word from you till the morning, okay?
All right.
Hello, Nanny. Hope you made her eat her crusts. Oh, what's the matter, hey? Can't any of you guys take a joke? Listen, Bryony, come back. Come and have some coffee or something. It's only 10 o'clock, for Christ's sake. Does this country go down at 10?
Hi, Greg. Thanks for calling. thanks. Where the hell have you been? Do you really think what I needed this week was to hang... Yes, that's right. I ordered a chicken sandwich. Oh, for heaven's sake, I don't know. Ham, then. Ham. I'll have ham.
I never met such a company of dummies. There's Nancy, permanently stoned on God. There's Kim, sleeping between 4 hourly feeds. Bryony, cutting her wrist over Greggy. What is happening to everybody? This has been the worst tournament in the world. The lousiest hotel. The most boring people. The weather's been the pits. The umpiring sucks. No, really, Clive, I cannot remember a tournament that has been such a total disaster in every way. I mean, even at Flushing Meadow last year, there was a great...
मीटिंग तो फिर अच्छी होगी ना आज पर चेयरमैन को
Fish. Fishy, wake up.
ये क्या हो गया तुमने
Fishy, it's me. I've locked myself out.
अरे जो कुछ दिखा अरे ये देखा ना गोरी ये लगती गोरी की भाई लगती है
I'm Gori. On out.
अरे ये तो असली बात है
Can't find a bathroom after 32 years. Can't find a boyfriend after 32 years.
Next year, I'm going to give up this rotten life. I'll just be ordinary again. Find a nice man and have babies, not trophies. Oh, God. In 1970, I was saying that. 20 years old. Just had my first love affair. Usual thing in the end. He said, what's it going to be, me or... I chose tennis.
Well, they say what you've never had, you don't miss.
Are you saying what I think you're saying? Are you telling me that you've got to the age of 22 without being knocked off?
Never seem to manage to schedule it in.
I don't believe it. Oh, God, Fishy, you belong in a museum. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but why didn't you tell me?
We never asked.
Well, I just assumed. I mean, oh, God, Fishy, we're going to have to do something about you.
Maybe I should advertise.
Attractive tennis player needs urgently to dispose of virginity. Must sell due going abroad.
Never used. Unwanted gift.
Of course, you don't want to do it with a duffer the first time. Must get off to a good start. Makes all the difference. I think it's my duty to find you someone suitable. After all, I've road tested most of them. Oh, Fish. You've no idea how much that's cheered me up. Oh, God. Always someone worse off than yourself. What, you've never had you don't miss? God. It's the life, you know. Makes you get things out of perspective. This thing with Greg, I've probably got all worked up about nothing. He probably isn't avoiding me at all. I mean, it was only last week that we were talking about buying a flat together, for God's sake. What am I worrying about? You don't talk about buying a flat together. Come on. Shove up, Fishy. It's all right, you know, I only go for young gentlemen. Never managed to schedule it in.
That's all I need. Gail! Where are you? This goddamn shower's come away from the wall.
Fishy, hurry up. We can hit up for half an hour if you're quick.
I was wondering if Jan could hit up with me before I went on court with Nancy.
Oh, no, don't bother her now, Raylene.
I guess I'll go and find Gudrun.
Come on, Fish.
Come along, Fish, like a crocodile. Hip, hop, 1, 2, shoulders straight. Bip, bop.
Here, put this on.
Introducing Jane Fisher, the world's first radio-controlled tennis star. Beep, 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 beep. Bryony, is this how you do it? Watch her. Fling her sweater over her arms. Beep, 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 beep. Grasp her racket firmly. Beep, beep, beep,
Give it
beep,
back
Wait a
to
minute.
me.
Exit with dignity.
You'll break it.
Like that, you mean? Beep, beep,
Give it back.
Give it back now, I said.
Where is it?
Where's what?
The item you've taken.
What item?
My lucky dress.
You're bananas, you know that? Every single day of this crummy tournament, you've been on my back. All right? I'm really sorry. I can't believe I did that. God, Kim, I never meant... Listen, I can get you another one, Kim. I'll get you one now. Look, forget our match. Look, tell me what brand it is, and I'll go downtown right now. Listen, kid, I'll scratch, okay? You've won, okay? I'll go tell them now. Please say it's all right, kid. Please. God damn it, Kim, say something. Anything, just talk to me. I've said I'm sorry, God damn it. What does she want, blood? I'm never gonna be able to play her now. I gotta go out into a court and play her, and I've killed her crummy radio. Why does everything have to happen to me?
Will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. It's coming.
Oh.
And another result, American number 1 Nancy Kowalski beat Raylene McConnell of Australia 6-2, 6-3. Now back to Jane Fisher's match with Gudrun Waits. It's Waits serving at deuce, but still 4-2 ahead. Jill, Miss Fisher really needs another
What's
break
happening?
of serve
What's
now.
the score?
Yes, indeed, Bill.
I can't see. Ow.
Oh, what a tremendous
Raylene, will you
backhand
please
volley.
tell me what's happening? I can't stand it.
Oh,
back
well
here again.
done,
It's
Miss Fisher.
Oh, my
Well
God,
done.
it must be
Waits leads
suspense
by
on
4 games to
2 match points.
2 match points.
I'll write an 8-page letter to my great-aunt Olivia tomorrow if you let my lovely, funny, tubby little fish win this match.
One of the greatest recoveries I've ever seen at these championships, Jill.
Using both sides of the paper.
Oh, I say. And there it is. Truly a magnificent day for British tennis. Indeed, truly a magnificent week, with Bryony Richmond having won a place in the semi-final yesterday. And, oh, I say, Gudrun Waits, clearly upset by her defeat, has already left the court. She appeared to be in such a commanding position yesterday. But now, it's young Jane Fisher who goes through to the semi-final, where, of course, she faces her friend and colleague, Bryony Richmond, in an all-British match. And so, once again, this marvelous result. Game, set, and match to Miss Fisher, 5-7, 7-5, 6-4.
How do you feel, Jane?
I feel... Oh, God, how do I feel? Oh, it's the win of my life. It makes it all worth it. All the hard work. I never dreamed I'd be sitting here telling you how I'd won instead of how I'd lost. Last Tuesday, the most important thing on my mind was getting through the first round and not disgracing myself. Now I'm in the semi-final. I can't believe it.
What about getting to the final?
The final? Oh, help. Well, to tell you the truth, the final's the last thing on my mind right now.
You played your semi-final opponent, Bryony Richmond, 9 times, and she's beaten you every time. Have you got a special game plan for this one?
9 times? She beat me 9 times?
She's won every one of your games so far.
I guess I stopped counting after the first 2.
Why did she have to go and do that, huh? Refusing easy to shake hands. It isn't fair. It makes me look so bad. It makes me look as if I cheated. How are they to know all I did was break her goddamn radio? Well, it's her own lousy fault she lost loving too. She can't blame it on me. She played like a goat. She had the crowd behind her every point, and she still played like a goddamn goat. God damn it. Now I got a semifinal against Nancy, and the crowd will hate me even more. I think winning points against Nancy is worse than beating up Mother Teresa. I wish I could just fall on my feet like you. You're all right. You're in the finals already.
What?
Semi-final against Fishy? You walk it.
Oh, don't be so stupid.
Come on. You own the kid. She's never beaten you in her life.
She's a damn good player. She could easily beat me tomorrow.
She can't beat you, Princess. It's in her head.
Oh, no. None of your pseudo-psychological American claptrap, please.
It's animal behavior. You're dominant over her. You just believe Dr. Dorothy. You two are just like my cats back home. I've got a cat called Highball and a cat called Tiddles. You know what happens when I put the food down for them? Highball stands back to let Tiddles eat first. If Highball tries to get his nose in the trough before Tiddles, he gets his face smashed in.
Listen, Dottie. Has it ever occurred to you that the reason why I beat Jane might possibly have something to do with the fact that I could be the better player?
Okay. Whatever you say.
Don't leave without me, Fishy. I'm, going up to meet Greg, but I won't be long. Oh, damn. Fishy, get me a Kleenex.
Is that a diamond? Yeah. I won it in Toronto.
Fishy, are you deaf?
I never won a diamond as big as that. I won a Porsche. I got a Porsche.
Listen, is my eye makeup okay?
I got 2 BMWs as well.
What's the matter?
Which one do you like to drive?
Bye, everyone.
Raylene, wait for me.
Fish?
I can't drive yet.
Men's number 2 dressing room, please. Is Greg Sawyer there? No, we just arranged to meet, and I guess he's been delayed. No, he can't have gone back to his hotel. He said he was going to be in the Players' Lounge. He would have left a message if he'd gone back to his hotel. Well, I'll leave a message and make sure he gets it, because I've left word here before, and apparently he's never got them. Tell him... Say I... Oh, forget it.
Bryony, dear, can I give you a piece of advice? Let yourself be the one who's hunted. Things aren't really all that different from how they were in my day.
Tell me one thing, Gail. In your day, were you just the same, interfering, pathetic, useless, ignorant, and stupid old bat as you are now?
I can see a used plastic cup underneath that seat.
You got enough to drink there?
Yes, thanks.
Oh, I'm Marty, by the way.
Yes, I know.
And you're Jane. You want to go to a disco?
I've got to be on course early tomorrow to practice.
I'd really like you to go, you know. Are you sure you got enough to drink there?
Yes.
Anything you'd prefer to do? Huh?
No, not really.
Hold on, there's someone at the door.
How about a steak, eh?
Thanks. I ate before I came here.
Alright. Well, I guess I'll go and get a refill. No, you sure you got enough there?
Yes, thanks.
Well, listen, I'll just dear.
Oh, rubbish. Please. Greg, please don't just break it off. Give me time to get used to it. Please.
Who is it?
It's me. Where have you been?
I'll see you tomorrow, Bryony.
What's the matter? Open the door.
No, don't come in.
What?
I don't want you to come in.
What's happening?
Bride, we can't be friends anymore.
What have I done wrong?
You've beaten me 9 times.
Hey, what's this all about? Look, for God's sake, let's talk about this, okay?
Night, Bryony. Night, Jane.
You'll be nothing without me.
You'll be nothing now because you are nothing to start with. Just a stupid, common, snotty little girl who's frightened of everybody.
You don't even know how to hold your knife and fork the right way. Can you hear me? You can't play, you can't manage without me. You can't. You can't. Oh, God, I don't mean it, Fishy. Please, Fish, please let's stay friends. We need each other, don't we? Fishy. Oh, God, I need you. You're all I've got. Fish, I'll let you win tomorrow if you like. If it's that important, you can win. That's how much you mean to me, Fish. Much more than some stupid, bloody game of tennis.
Well, that isn't the sweetest thing I ever did hear.
Well, of course, it's a big day for the girls and a big day for Britain. The semi-finals of the Ladies Singles Championship. The match we've all been waiting for, British number 1, Bryony Richmond, against little Jane Fisher, the challenger for her crown. A bittersweet confrontation, I think that can be said. It isn't often that Britain finds itself represented in the semi-final stage of this tournament by one player, let alone 2. And perhaps a great shame that they're drawn to play against each other. Irony, too, in the fact that these 2 girls are such friends off court. Miss Richmond, of course, always magnanimous in her encouragement of younger players, and Miss Fisher, I know, tremendously grateful for her friend's coaching and support during those difficult early years of trying to establish herself. Well, it would be a braver man than me who would try...
Can you manage to be sick all on your own? Gil, I've come to apologize for what I said to you last night. It was unkind and unfair, and I shouldn't have done it.
Hoovering has been at a very low ebb this year. I really shall have to take up the matter of a new appliance. What?
I was just upset. I do know how hard you work for us. You might at least listen to me.
Out of the way, dear. You never listen to me.
I'm sorry?
You don't listen to me, dear, do you?
Well, you do always go on about the same old things, Gail. About how it was in your day when nobody sweated and everyone's skirt was a decent length and everybody was frightfully well off so they didn't have to be so vulgar as to play for money.
Well, nor did you have to play for money. Did you, dear? You've always had money.
I suggest you mind your own business.
We're just pointing it out, dear. You didn't come from a mud hut. You could have had the best of all worlds.
Been a good all-rounder. Developed my flower arranging. Played the odd game of badminton in my spare time. Not been so aggressive. Finished second instead of winning. Just like all the other second best, like Raylene, like Raquel.
Yes, dear. Well, I can understand you feeling bitter about Raquel. It can't be nice to read these things in the newspapers.
Just what is in the newspapers?
Greg and Raquel, dear. There's photos of them out together last night. Well, try not to take it too badly, dear.
Boy, it really grieved you to tell her that, didn't it, Gail? Got any more good news for her? Has a truck run over her dog? How's the roof of her house?
Well, I wish it could have been, Bryony.
Good God, do you think I give a damn about Greg? I could walk out of here right now and there'd be half a dozen men offering to pick up my lunch bill.
Well, that reminds me, dear, I've got some foot fresh in for you. This isn't really the first Greg, is it, dear? Or even the first fish. You always seem to be getting in the same old tangle. The same as Dottie seems to be getting more and more. Oh, well, what's the use? Round and round and round you all go. Biff, bang, beating her, getting beaten, bang, biff. I sometimes think the only ones with any sense are Raylene and Nancy.
You think Nancy has sense? We talking about the same Nancy? The one who thinks God is her pen pal?
Well, at least it gives her an outside interest, dear.
Nancy, can I ask God for something?
It depends on what you want, Dottie.
Well, hey, you know how it is. First time I've ever done anything like this, I feel kind of
Humble.
Yeah, shy.
That's a real good way to feel, Dottie. It's a real good way to approach your Lord.
Another thing, dear. I couldn't help noticing it the other afternoon. Your straps.
My straps?
Your underwear, dear. I know we've all got a top half, but we don't have to rub everyone's noses in it.
Gail, look. I'm sorry, but can you please leave me alone?
Nancy, I want God to fix me up with... Are you sure I can ask for anything?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want a nice, fine, good man with an enormous wanger.
I can see a shoe over there that's just begging to be picked up.
I just feel sorry for you, Dottie, that's all.
You feel sorry for me? You presume to feel sorry for me? Listen, you saintly little bundle of hogwash, I feel sorry for you. The only way you can do it is to kid yourself that some guy up there in his pajamas is taking time off between putting his fist through airplanes to talk you through your little games of tennis. You know what? Take this away from you and you're nothing.
Please give that back
what
to
would
me.
you do?
Dottie, it's
you
mine.
didn't have this, honey.
Dottie, please give it back to me.
All right.
Dottie!
What are you going to do now,
Dottie!
Nancy? And you better fetch God quick. Go on. Run and tell him what wicked Dottie is doing. Tell
tell him there's a sin going on. No, hold it a minute. You say he's there listening, don't you, Nancy? You say all anyone's got to do is ask him and he's there, right? Okay, I'll ask myself. God! God, are you watching me? Can you stop killing thousands of babies in a famine for a minute and come see what I'm doing? Where are you, God? Give me a sign. Make my hair fall out. Turn me into a bagel. Let's hear it from you, God. A little bit of thunder. The teeniest flash of lightning. Where are you, God? Nancy sure needs you now. Why don't you show up and strike me down?
No need, you've done it for yourself.
What did you say?
Who needs God when you can blow it for yourself?
Oh, that is great. That is just great coming from you. You sit there looking like they just dredged you up from the bottom of the Potomac, and you tell me I've blown it?
I think it's time someone put you right on a few things. I wish I was as clever as you.
You think I'm clever?
Oh, yes. I'd give anything to have your way with words. Must be great to have your talent. Pity you use it the way you do. Making people feel bad, being cruel.
Come on, Bryony, you know me by now. You know not to mind me. My mouth run away with me sometimes. You know I don't mean it. I just can't help it. I guess I'm nervous, for Christ's sake. Listen, let's forget it, huh? You want me to say I'm sorry to Nancy? I'll say I'm sorry to Nancy. Come on, Bryony. This is crazy. Come on, let's go now, Bryony.
You're just like a little girl, really. Your head stopped at 7. You're just a little girl calling people names and showing them your knickers. Are you really so scared? Do you really have so little faith in your ability that you can't just go out there and win the fair way?
Listen, kid, if you're talking about winning, I've beaten you 5 times.
Oh, yes, so you have. And I've beaten you 5 times as well. Which 5 did you win? That warm-up tournament in Cleveland, Ohio, I seem to remember, and Eastbourne one year. And that little tournament that used to be sponsored by some Japanese car manufacturer somewhere. I'd have to think hard to come up with the other 2 times. I know the 5 times I've beaten you. So does everyone else. It's painted on honours boards and engraved on big trophies. This championship, 78 and 79, 3 years running in the US Open, New York. Makes you think a bit, doesn't it, Dottie?
For Christ's sakes. You know what happened in 79. You can't say that was a fair match. My back was crippling me. I only played so as not to disappoint your precious crowd. Anyway, how's anyone supposed to beat you any time with that crowd? As for New York?
As for New York, the sun always gets in your eyes, doesn't it? And it always seems to change ends with you. And then you've always just started your period, and something about late August always seems to bring out your ankle problem. Not to mention hay fever, migraine, blisters, infected nail bed, suspected salpingitis, grumbling appendix, and boils on your bottom. Then, of course, there was the 1980 final, when I was unkind enough to walk all over you, when everyone knew you were suffering from a life-threatening disorder called the common cold. It's funny how these things only seem to affect you when you get down to the last 4. It's even funnier when you think what other people manage to play through. New York, 1980. Gosh, I remember that. The morning of the final, I got that telephone call from London. My father had died from a heart attack. We must have made quite a pair. Me grieving for my father, and you positively prostrated with a gummed-up nose. How they must have applauded your courage when they'd heard you played with that. If only they could see you now. If only they all knew how much you suffered, how nervous you get, how sick you are. If only they could all see why you always blow it. You've got the talent, the speed, the shots, the strength. It's not enough. You'll never beat anyone when it really counts. You're Dorothy Deathwish, the world's greatest loser. Oh, do get up, Dottie. You look absolutely ridiculous. Oh, best of British.